Good morning. Today Les, Brian and myself all went down and actually did some farmland for a change. We've been doing beaches a lot, but now that the fields are starting to become available, we'll probably head off and do a few more of those. We never do very well, and for some reason we prefer doing them to doing the beaches. I don't know why, but anyway, this is how we got on.
Morning all. We are out on the fields for a change. There's Darren having his cup of tea. Can't function without it. And Brian. Right, I literally just set my machine up. First target signal was 10, and it is, you guessed it, a button. A little button to start. Good signal though.
I just had this, I think it might be a watch winder, not sure though, a bit different. On to the next one.
Morning. Alright, we're back in the fields, and where's Les? Oh, Les is over the hill there somewhere. Brian's in the next field over. And I got my first find, and it's a typical traditional field little button. Expecting to get quite a few of these today. Yeah, it's nothing special, just a typical little button.
Right, well I've got two finds here. This was just before, or just after the target this thing. This was 31. Don't know what that is. Probably off a tractor or something, I suppose, I don't know. Or some sort of farming machinery. It's got a thread round there and broken whatever. That was 32 that was coming up as, but in the hole there it's quite deep. Coming up was 13. Is that? It's got, not sure whether that's just, that's a pattern round, I don't know, or just rusted away. There it is. Probably rubbish.
My next find after some considerable time is another button very similar to my first one. Yeah, I'm out with the Equinox at the moment, but I bought the Vanquish and the Simplex to use, so I'm probably going to have a little session with each one, because I haven't tried the Vanquish or the Simplex in the field yet. So anyway, button number 2.
I've got a nice 14 signal, but it's yet another button. Yeah, this part of the field here seems to be a bit more lively. Just sort of come into a little area and got only digging scrap, but the rest of the field was not very quiet. But this little bit here seems to have a few little targets in it, so you never know.
Right, first coin of the day, and I can't make anything out on that at all. Don't know what that is. Completely toasted. Okay, on to the next one.
Okay, I'm up to button number 3. I have no idea how the other two are doing. As I say, Les is somewhere right off over there somewhere. Brian is on the field the other side of that hedge there. And all I've done so far is come up the little valley where the bottom of the slope is. I've come up there, worked my way over to this corner here, and then I'm coming back here. And all I've had apart from a ton of lead is 3 buttons. As I say, I'm going to go to the middle of the field now, work my way down, because there's another dip in the land. I'll work my way down to the bottom, and the cars are parked down the bottom here, at the very bottom of this hedge here. The cars are parked down there. So I'm going to get back to the car, sit down, have a cup of tea, think about my next plan of action, and come out with a different machine and give machine number 2 a go. So anyway, that's button number 3.
Right, we've got a 11 signal. Usually 5p's on the beach. I have found a coin here, and it is a 5p. Modern day 5p.
Right, it's about time, but I've got my first coin and it's a silver, and I think, judging by the bun on that, I'll say it's a Vicky. Probably about the size of a sixpence. Yeah, I'll definitely say it's a Vicky. Without getting home and cleaning up, I'm not going to know, but I'll say that is more than likely a Vicky sixpence. It really is about time, because it's so quiet on here. It's a bit chirpy up the top with rubbish, because I think there's some kind of demolition taking place. Evidence on this field really of occupation. There's not really any pottery shards or anything like that. There are a few oyster shells knocking about, but not enough really to say that there's been any real occupation here. I'm going to go and have a word with Les and see what he's found now, but I think that is a Vicky sixpence.
Okay, just had this lovely hammered coin shaped button. God. Nearly had it.
Well, this target gave an absolute cracking signal. Nearly blew my ears off. At 20 coming in at. I thought it was a little coin, but I've cleaned it up and it's just a little, I think it's aluminium. It's quite light. There's nothing on it, just a round little disc. Good signal though.
I'm heading down to the cars, which are just there in front of us, and Les is way over there behind me. I've already had a chat with Les, he's found nothing yet. And button number 4. Yeah, it's very quiet, very quiet. So I'm going back to the car now. I shall sit down, have a cup of tea, then I shall go and hit the field next door, which is a stubble field. I should go and hit that with the simplex.
Bloody knackering on here.
How are you getting on?
Button, found a coin of nothingness. Completely toasted it was. Button, found like a little thing, I think it's a watch winder. It looked like a little ornate thing.
Alright, okay. All I've had is 3 buttons.
Yeah, I had a button as well, I think.
Yeah, I had 3 buttons.
Bits of lead.
Vicky silver.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a sixpence. Oh, and that was no 4 buttons and that.
Yeah,
So.
I had a button similar to that green one. I thought, that was a hammered coin. I thought, yeah, I thought I was really excited and I turned it over.
Yeah, I've got the old simplex out now. I thought I'd come and give it a quick go over here.
Yeah, it's alright, it's just hard work.
Yeah, it's all right as long as you keep coil up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, thought I'd come and give it a quick go on the old stubble for a couple of hours, and then get the Vanquish out to finish and probably go back, or do an hour on here and an hour on there.
Where's Les? I can't even see.
He's over, he's probably at the top there somewhere. So where are you off to now?
I'm just going to go over there now.
That one's done as well, isn't it?
That's what I was just thinking. Is that his though?
Yeah. Oh, hang on, I don't know. No, that one's his.
Remember we went over there once and the other side was the wrong one? Or
Yeah, that one's the wrong one. That's not his. That one next to it is though, but that's well in crop. It looks like it's got barley on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that coin sort of, well, just over the crest of that hill.
Yeah, I'm not going to go up that one. I'm going to go over. There's a dip in the field over there. That's where I had my gold from, wasn't it? So I'm going to go and have a little rummage around over where I found my gold coins. So it's over there.
Yeah.
But it's only stubble.
Yeah,
Once it's cultivated, it'll be good.
Feels hard under feet as well. I wish I put my boots on there.
Yeah, so that is really quiet over there. But unless you get right up to the very top of it, it's really scrappy up the top. But it's quiet everywhere else. Yeah. Oh, there's Les. Look, coming down behind the hedge.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Coins to find, mate.
Right, well, this is a 14 signal. And absolutely nothing on the walk up here to where I am now. And yeah, all of a sudden I had that little silver disc thing, or alley disc. Now this little thing, right next to each other. Not sure if that's brass. Looks like a bit of brass coming through there. The green patina. But yeah, it's got a hole in the bottom there. I don't know whether it's, don't know, a bit off a tractor probably. Still makes a difference instead of a bit of a boat.
I'm out on the stubble with the simplex, and finally got my first find with it. It's a buckle. Oh, doing a les there. Yep, got a buckle. I suppose it's better than a button. The pin snaps off, corroded away, snaps off. But it's my first buckle of the day, something different. I wouldn't bother on this one if I was you, Les.
No.
I just walked all the way from the car, diagonally up, went around that corner there, went across the field, went diagonally that way, came diagonally back across to there before I got my first signal. And that was a little buckle. And then I walked back to here, nothing. All the signals on this are all coming up as 4, every single one of them, except the buckle, which came up as 75.
Right.
So there's iron, I'm assuming iron's coming up as 4, and there's a little bits of iron scattered about here and there, and it's just coming up as 4s.
Yeah, loads of iron everywhere.
Yeah.
Loads
So I really wouldn't bother, especially with a big coil, you're going to struggle.
yeah, all I've dug is scrap.
Yeah,
Bits
so
of-
I've given the simplex an hour on here, and to be fair, now I'm going to go and give it an hour over there. It's a little buckle. It's not an old silly old buckle, but it's a buckle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something, isn't
It's better than having nothing at all,
it? Yeah,
and it's better than buttons.
it's all I've had is a button.
It's very, very quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this field is rock hard to dig into as well.
Oh, so, yeah. It is,
So let him cultivate it. We'll come back.
yeah. Go back on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the day on there. I'm going to give this another hour on there, and then I'm going to go back and get the Vanquish and give that a couple of hours. And fair, I've done all of them for about 2 hours, and then I'll get the old drone up in the air and get some footage.
I think Brian's over there now.
Yeah, he is. He said it's too hard over here,
Yeah.
and he's right, because as I say, the only bit I haven't been down is down there, but there's never anything, even when it's been cultivated, you never find anything down there.
Oh.
It's like a dead point in a field. So yeah, just do it to stay on that one, I suppose, Les. I mean, it's going to be a little hot spot on there somewhere, you just got to find it.
Yeah, that's right.
Changed to a new field now. Just had a lovely button.
I see I've had 2 hours with the Nox, 2 hours with the Simplex, and then I'll give it 2 hours with the Vanquish. Cup of tea first though.
Right, well this is came up as 10 signal, this one, and it's not far from where I've found those last 2 little bits. So it just shows you a little area where there's been some activity, but this looks like a little thimble. It's been squashed, broken on this side. It's a tiny little thimble, isn't it? I thought it was actually one of those dust cover caps, but it definitely looks like a thimble to me. Could be a cap, I suppose. No, because it's got all that like dimpling round it, like a thimble. It's tiny though, absolutely tiny. Yep, well, there you go, one of them.
Right, I just found a knob. Don't know what to. It was a cracking signal. Very heavy as well. It's getting rather warm now. And we're on to the next one.
Well, I've been out for over an hour with the Vanquish now, and got another button. This one was painted yellow. It's definitely a button. That's the first thing I've actually found in probably about 2 hours. Really, really, really slow. Really slow. Alright, let's keep going.
Right, well this was coming up as 5. Tiny little, don't know what. Looks like a ring, but it's very tiny. No idea.
Well, that's it. I'm calling it a day now. It's absolutely baking hot out here. There's a strong wind which kind of takes the edge off a little bit, but the fields have just dried. They're rock hard. It's Essex clay for you. As soon as the sun gets on it, it bakes it to like concrete. It's really hard to dig, and not there's a lot of digging anyway, because the fields have got very little on them. All I found with a Vanquish in 2 hours was 1 button. All I found in 2 hours with a Simplex was 1 buckle. It just really dried up. Les had no better luck, and I don't think Brian's had any better luck either. So I'm just waiting for Brian to come in. Les has already gone. He's got to get home for his mum. So I'm just waiting for Brian to get back in, then we're going to make our way back to sunny Southend. So I don't know when it's going to go out. I've got a bit of work to do now. I've got a few days at work, so we want to get out to a few of our other farms. The fields we had here today weren't the ones that we'd prefer to go on. It's just they were the only 2 available, and even one of them had only been harvested yesterday was stubble. So we'll try and get out on 1 or 2 of our other farms in the next few weeks, and hit the beach a few times as well in amongst that. So until we see you again, bye bye for now.